right, so I haven't given you guys an update in a little bit, but just kind of wanted to get you an overview of how things have been going, dealing with the broken foot and life and stuff like that. So you can come along with me on my ride. I'm going to go pick up my food for the week. And I had some time and I wanted to give a quick update. So I had a check-in and I did my deload week as I was instructed to do, which I am not a fan of deload weeks because I like to do all the things all the time. But it was probably very well timed. I needed to sort of work through the broken foot thing. I think I needed to reduce inflammation. I actually saw some weight decreases, especially toward the end of last week. I got down to 138 on Friday, which was our goal with this mini cut. Saturday I was at 137 and Sunday I was at 136. I don't know how accurate the 137 and 136 truly are. The 137 probably was, but the 136 may have been a little dehydrated, so I'm not sure how accurate that was, but we will see. So my coach and I we went back and forth on what movements and machines I had access to and thought that I could reasonably do safely with my foot issues. And we kind of came up with a plan. We have a program for this week, a program for next week, and then we will reassess at that point. But we're just going to put more focus on arms, shoulders, and back. And we're still going to do legs, but not as often. We're going to use machines like, more of the hamstring curl, leg extension, some stuff with the cables, things like that, so that I am not really doing as much weight bearing on that foot. So there's less likelihood of twisting it, which is the one thing I cannot and should not be doing per my doctor. And I'm going to try and record some of those workouts. Today was a rough Monday, so I didn't record today, but I will do that sometime this week. So you can see some of the new movements and go from there. And, it's all about just open communication with the coach on what's working, what's not. So I did the first day's workout and it seemed fine. Actually, it seemed a little easy. So I might need to kick it up a little bit, but you're playing around with new exercises, trying to figure out weight and stuff like that. So we'll see. But so this weekend, both my daughter and I were in my cousin's wedding, and it was a big, eventful one. It started with us like Friday going to do nails, going to do the rehearsal dinner, staying overnight downtown, getting ready starting at 7 a.m. in her room, and then it was like a early afternoon ceremony, then 2 hours riding around on a trolley doing pictures and stuff like that, then a reception, very, very late night, then a brunch the next morning on Sunday. So it was like a whole 3-day thing. I went in with a plan, and y'all, when you are facing big things, don't just like hope for the best, or don't just assume like, oh, well, I just can't because I have this thing. Like, the fuck you can. Like, you can have a plan and you can execute it. You just have to think about options and what's available and what you can make available. So I called ahead to find out about refrigerator and microwaves in the room that we had, and it did have a refrigerator, which is great. It did not have a microwave. There were no microwaves available in all of the hotel for any guests to use. So like no concierge floor, there were no microwaves that, first come, first serve, none of that. Just no microwaves. So your girl brought a motherfucking microwave to the hotel. Yes, I did. I have it on video. I'm gonna patch it in here before I post this. I brought it. I found like a very, very small microwave on sale at Target for like $30 because it was like marked down from, you know, all the back to school stuff. So I bought a fucking microwave and I brought it with me. So Friday, I brought all my food through what I would need for the rehearsal dinner. I looked up the menu for the rehearsal dinner and tried to figure out what I could have. So I looked at the menu and I had a plan, but plot twist for the party, like there was a limited menu, so like they had your option, like 4 options to choose from, and I was like, none of those were the ones I asked for. So I just asked for the waiter. I said, hey, is there any way I can just get a grilled chicken breast? Like I don't want any of the sauces, I don't want any noodles, like can I have a plain chicken breast and whatever like your seasonal vegetables are? Perfect. He brought me a chicken breast and a big old plate of broccoli. It was actually quite lovely. I ate the chicken breast first and then I ate the broccoli. I had sparkling water to try and be fancy, and I did fucking good. I just had to estimate the size of the chicken breast because I brought my pocket scale with me up there, but I didn't bring it with me to the restaurant because I'm dumb and I forgot. But I'm pretty good at estimating, so I think I did all right with that. Saturday was like the big long day where we were getting ready for the church and everything. So I used my microwave and I had first it just started like with water and stuff like that, and once we had our hair, we were all doing our hair and makeup together or whatever, we had a little bit of time to go grab our dresses. And when I did that, I heated up my breakfast. I ate my breakfast and then grabbed our dresses and went back upstairs. So I had that. I brought a protein bar for whatever point during the day we would need, because I didn't know if there was going to be any food available, which there wasn't, except some chips later. So I ended up having that protein bar right before we went into the church, which was perfect because when we left the church, like I said, we were on the trolley for a couple hours, and like the only thing they had was chips and alcohol and some water. So I had water. We had probably like 30 minutes, not even, between getting back to the hotel and when the cocktail hour started. So I ran upstairs to my room and I used my microwave. I had a chicken breast with some sugar-free teriyaki dressing. That's so good. And some green beans. So I heated those up, literally inhaled it, and went and joined the cocktail hour again. Like, it totally hit the spot at the right time. And then the actual dinner at the wedding reception, I had ordered chicken. I thought it was gonna be like chicken breast, so it turns out it was more like a stuffed chicken Kiev type of thing. So it was like breaded, and I think it was fried, but I hadn't had very much fat or carbs for that day, so I looked up like a generic breaded chicken and logged it because that was like the best I could figure out. I had agreed in advance that I would have 1 glass of champagne, and I did that, only 1. And to kind of bypass any issues with other people, I just kept getting soda water with lemon and lime, and I had them put it in the same kind of cup that they used for, vodka sodas or whatever. So that worked out really, really well. My foot was hurting, so I had to take some stuff for that, but it worked out fine. I probably came in under my calories, quite honestly, just because I was so afraid to go over in my carbs. I think I may have saved too many, but I'd rather stay under than go over. So Sunday, like, we ended up being up way past my bedtime Saturday night, like well past midnight. So we got up, we did the brunch. I, again, used my microwave, and I had my own egg thing that I brought. I went to the brunch and just had some of like the fresh fruit that they had, and I had to estimate it, but I think I did pretty good with that. home, had some of my regular food, and I, no joke, had like a 4.5 hour nap. I went to bed at like 1 something and woke up at almost 6 o'clock. And that was only because I set an alarm so I didn't forget to take my son to practice. Otherwise I probably would have slept longer. Literally took him, ate food, and went back to bed. So, and then just got back on the wagon this morning with, my regular schedule, my 5 a.m. wake up and over to the gym and just back to like my normal eating and drinking. I will say that like yesterday, I know I did not take in enough water, especially since I was sleeping for half the freaking day. So I know I was low on water, and I remember I did have some chips. I had some tortilla chips because I was low on carbs and fat. And I really, really, really wanted something salty. Like, I don't know. I don't usually have cravings like that, but I like needed something salty. So I was like, all right, well, I can have like 2 ounces of this. I had that. But I was still within my macros yesterday. Actually, I came in a little bit low, but I knew that my steps and my activity were going to be low. So I just let that play out. I was a little bit heavier this morning. Definitely a higher percent of body water, which I kind of knew would happen after even just having that one drink, and then saltiness, and then not enough water, and whatever. But my weight today was the same as it was Friday morning, which means regardless of any of what went on this weekend, I did not gain any weight, and that was really the goal. I probably still lost some, but it's hard to tell because I'm still balancing with my water retention. So I guess we'll see throughout the next couple days how that plays out. But very, very long story to tell you that when you have events and when you have variables that you cannot control, it does not mean that you have to succumb to the madness. Okay, like you can create a plan, and you can create an alternate plan. Like having my protein bar with me was freaking saved my life on Friday, because I would have been hangry. I would have been not gotten my protein. I would have had to make a bad choice I didn't want to have to make. So it's all about figuring things out. I didn't have a microwave, so either I had to bring all cold food, which I could have, but it would have made things more complicated, or just figure out a way to heat the shit up, and I did. So there's always a way, I guess is my point. There's always a way to figure something out. There's always an alternative that you can, it may not be ideal, you may not be perfect, but again, it's about being a little bit better than you are the day before or the week before or whatever it is. So I think I did pretty good considering all those variables. I stuck to my plan. That's my dog growling at the train. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know if you've noticed a theme here, but literally so much of success is just having a fucking plan and preparing yourself for all the variables of life. You can't prepare for literally everything, but you can prepare for a lot, and some sort of preparation is always better than just winging it usually. So that's my preaching. Yeah, it just comes down to like, take care of yourself, make yourself a priority. You would not leave the house without a diaper bag if you had an infant. So stop leaving the house without what you need. Everyone needs stuff with them, not just babies and kids. Help yourself out, make yourself a priority, just like you would look at somebody else in your family as a priority. And it will pay back in dividends, I promise you. All right, that's enough preaching and updating and whatever. I'm gonna head out.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down, they wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt, they're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down, they wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt, they're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.